Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
All right, welcome to the KVJ ATS Podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show Podcast.
Yeah, here we go. It is the KVJ After the Show Podcast. And everybody, have a Wednesday. Good to see y'all.
Man, Suits always catches me doing something weird, or I'm yawning, or I'm picking my nose. You know when he does that, like the pan around the room. I'm either yawning or wiping my nose.
Well, that's what's different about doing this compared to people who do a regular TV show, because they have directors and you know you're getting your moment on camera. Here, he's just putting the camera on you, and considering how long we're on, if you're on another TV show, you've got just 30 minutes. So if you got to pick, scratch, something like that.
Adjust.
Yeah, you pick your moments, but for us, you got to just go for it.
There's that one clip. They're cutting back to a girl that's getting ready to do like a quick news thing, and I guess she wasn't expecting it. But when they cut to her, she's playing. It looks like she's playing with her private part.
Oh, yeah.
She's adjusting her.
That's hot.
Something on her.
Sometimes your lips get stuck in a weird position with your panties, and it's all a mess down there, and you have to flip a lip.
Do go on. I didn't know about this lip confusion.
Absolutely. Especially if you wear like a G-string or thong underwear because you don't want to have panty lines. It can cause tremendous lip issues down
I didn't
there.
know that.
The fabric almost gets caught on the lip.
Or inside the inner lip, and you got to pull that thing out.
Did you know that a guy's ball sack will stick to the side of his leg?
Really?
Yeah.
I
And
can't-
stay there like...
That's why sometimes I gotta. It'll just. It's. You ever have those things you get them in like Happy Meals, and they were kind of like rubber hand. You throw it on like a glass door, and it would stick.
Yes, I love that.
That's kind of like what the scrotum is to the leg. It kind of will stick, and then you got to do this weird. I've had it where I'm walking and I do a, and you're like going, that was a weird stride. Well, I was just trying to unstick my ball sack from my leg.
I had a private girl question, like a private part question.
I've never had a lip stick to a leg.
I think you have to get
Yeah,
rejuvenation.
you got some. Yeah.
They're not that long
Yeah.
yet.
At that point, they're not lips; they're drapes.
Yeah. So Kevin was talking about how guys get random boners, and I guess in a sense, you're subconsciously turned on. Do women randomly just get wet? If you're just all of a sudden driving, because you're talking about your lips and all that, can you just get all of a sudden like a boner? Do women just get wet out of the blue, or does it need some kind of stimulation?
No, you can totally have that.
And that means you're horny.
Well, not necessarily. You can get wet and not be horny.
Okay, so you're driving and you get wet. What do you?
It can be that your body is ovulating.
Okay, so you're not even thinking about sex.
Yeah, you're not even thinking about sticking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
It's weird. It's interesting. And you never just get like a case of the hornies out of the blue. You just sitting there and go, damn, Pan, I need a fuck.
You don't say that to him?
That's how I feel like you would say, damn, Pan, we need a fuck.
Why am I so gravelly?
You're so Cajun.
I'm just a Cajun man.
That's how she says it, huh?
I mean, with that kind of gravel in my voice, am I fucking or is he fucking me?
It's very aggressive.
It's very aggressive.
I'm just curious. I just like to know what goes on behind people.
I mean, of course, girls go through ebb and flows of horny, and a lot of that, too, is tied to ovulation sometimes.
Yeah.
It can be tied to anything. You know, it can be where you saw something on TV, and you're like, oh.
But then again, that's like you see something, it's visual, so there's a stimulation there.
Sure.
Okay. Interesting stuff already.
I actually think it really is interesting. I want to ask you more questions about your vagina, but I think it's too many questions. I think it's too much.
You just want a whole hour
You
for
can
this,
also
maybe?
be wet or not wet because of your diet or your hydration.
So you could be horny AF and still not get wet. Like you have the urges,
Yeah, that's real.
Do you ever get that? You have the urges,
I don't get wet.
but you don't get a boner? Like you have the urges to have sex, but you don't have a bone piece.
Yeah, I think that first, what comes first is the urge, and then the boner's usually second.
Wow, I think we're all just wired differently.
Yeah, so you get a boner first, and then they're going, hey, I must be horny. Look at that.
No, I think it depends. I think sometimes I can be horny, like I can think about something and get horny. And then there's sometimes, to your point, you just get a boner. And I mean,
That's why I think sometimes, there's, your dong's got a couple uses.
yeah.
And that's why I think, there are times where you feel like, okay, it's time to use it for that. And then there's other times where it may stand at attention, but it's not because it's like, okay, look out, baby, sex is about to happen. That's just what happened.
It's just trying to play ring toss.
Well, you've heard about pee boners. Yeah, that's something that guys will get. When you have to really pee, that you'll get a pee boner, Virginia.
Really?
Yeah, it happens, especially like in the morning sometimes where it's like you really need to go to the bathroom, and it's not that you have sexual urges, you just got a boner, and it's because you got to pee.
But it's
Panda always tells me it's because he's horny,
Yeah.
but really it's a pee boner.
Well, I'm gonna
Well, it
disagree with
depends.
Kevin
Depends on how
on
he
that.
feels.
When I wake up with a boner, I feel like I'm horny AF. And I even if I have to pee, the pee just gets in the way of the horniness, But I wake up with the urge to want to be a sexual being.
When you get up to go pee, can you start rubbing one out while you're peeing?
You could, but it doesn't feel as good.
Because you really got to pee.
Pee
Yeah.
blocks the feeling of a good orgasm. You can
Interesting.
absolutely have an orgasm if you have to pee really bad, but
Could you have a pissgasm?
gosh, no. What? Well, don't even ask it, Bird. But what is a pissgasm?
Could you be peeing and rubbing
Have an
your
orgasm at the
dick
same time.
and actually ejaculate?
No, because they come out of separate tubes, basically, and it switches over. The vas deferens. And so it's only one at a time. You can't have both at the same time.
They have to switch the tracks, like the
Yeah,
tri-rail.
it is. It's like think of a train, and you go, different track, and now here's what's coming out of this tube, and
Interesting.
you gotta switch it back.
Jason Pizzle in the chat room says, I think Bird has a constant hard-on. No, not at all. Constant thoughts, constant questions. That I got. I like to know about...
And it's been a minute since you touched a titty.
You don't know what I've touched. You wouldn't know if I touched a titty yesterday or a year ago.
Don't
Shanicki.
worry, I'm watching you.
You got nothing. She used to have the heart. Her
Yeah.
old ass don't.
She's too distracted with Magnolia now.
She's a
Oh
lot
my
of,
gosh, this is running me ragged.
Yeah.
You're a lot of talk with a broom.
No time to yield the bird.
And I hate to sweep.
I'm getting called out. Multiple people, like Carlos sent an email. He said, I don't know if anybody noticed, but Kevin cheated in today's Spanish vocabulary game, taking Jaybird's turn to win. Kevin's word was guisar, to cook, and he skipped Jaybird's turn. I am calling out the Smugs Bunny.
Let me defend Smugs for a second. That bit was going way too long. We need a winner.
Okay.
It was about rapping. We all win when you rap.
And I wasn't going to win that thing
we
anyway.
don't get a trophy.
Yeah, and I wasn't going to win anyway.
Yeah. Okay. I know people were saying that to call it straight.
They're always on your ass, aren't they?
They always are. They always are about something.
I love it.
Watch your back, Smugs.
Keeping you honest.
Roberto Fuentes Jr. sent this and said, I love Kevin's expression trying to listen to Virginia's Spanish pronunciation. That's the photo.
What? Who are you?
I don't know what happened there.
That doesn't even look
That is
like
a
you.
terrible
You look like a Hispanic character actor.
Yeah.
That does not look like
I
you.
belong in a telenovela. Uh-huh.
And it looks like you just smelled a fart.
Yes. Okay. There you go. People kind of clearing up some of the confusion that we had about Queen of the South in La Reina del Sur, which is Queen of the South, but in Espanol. And Carla letting us know, as I think we kind of started to figure out, they're two separate shows.
We figured it out eventually, but
Yeah.
boy, it was confusing at first.
Queen of the South is a remake of the original Telemundo show, La Reina del Sur. Telemundo renewed the series for a second season a few years after the original had aired, and Netflix picked it up. By this time, though, Queen of the South was already airing on the USA Network. So they're both based on the story of Teresa Mendoza.
Teresa Mendoza. That's the one I like, the one from USA. I haven't watched the other one, but I loved the one on USA.
Well, it's probably better done. Like I said, the difference between the 2 seasons of the same show is radically different. The quality is so much better in season 2 of La Reina del Sur when Netflix did it, as opposed to Telemundo. And it even, I was reading, was Telemundo's highest costing telenovela of all time, and it still looks like dog shit. I mean, it's just the production quality's terrible and the acting's not very good. Yeah, it looks about the same quality as an American soap opera, basically.
Okay,
is what it is. But imagine if you're watching even an American soap opera compared to a highly produced Netflix show, you would be like, wow, it's a big difference.
Those soap operas are addicting. You think they're stupid, and they are, but all you have to do is start watching one, and you don't even have to know what happened before. You can jump right in there and go, okay, Victor's the prick. He's sleeping with his son's woman and his son's...
That's the style of storytelling
I used to watch Young and the Restless every day, and it would put me to sleep for my little nap. I stopped watching it because I realized it's stupid.
There was one, I don't know if you remember this one, called Santa Barbara.
Yes.
Oh, my mom watched it.
I was in the 80s.
And I watched it as a kid, and I think it affected me in a weird way. There was a whole storyline that freaked me out.
Yeah.
I think it fucked me. Mentally.
Okay.
I think there was probably a few contributing factors to your mental fucking, but yeah.
The thing that's great about the La Reina del Sur season 1 on Telemundo, you can tell where the commercial breaks are, and they still do that where something happens. They're like, the reaction shot.
Yeah. The music.
Yeah, it has the dramatic music. Yeah, so it's entertaining to watch. I'm mainly sticking with that just to try to hear the Spanish that they're doing. Alice Barga started the one on USA that's still streaming there. And it's Kate de Castillo that is the one from Telemundo. Both really good, Jenny said. It's like saying one is an English version and the other is Hispanic. Coming from a Mexican myself, I actually like the English one.
I love the English one. I just do, man. It was good.
Yeah.
They had some strong female characters that were like, whoa, very compelling. Mm-hmm. I loved it.
It's an interesting story. So that part I know. So there you go. So that cleared up that confusion. Thank you for that. We have got something here for Jaber might want to know. Stanley Tucci.
Bring it.
Does a show traveling through Italy. In the first half of his first episode, will give you a PB. It's about
pizza boner.
Partial boner.
Pizza boner.
Oh, okay.
Is it a pizza? I think it's a pizza boner.
It's about how pizza came to be. And you can see that. So it's kind of the history of pizza.
Yeah, I get a lot of weird comments about the old Italy pizza. So half the emails I'll get, oh, Bird, you'll love it. It's great. It's authentic. And then the other half, Bird, you're going to hate the Italy pizza. It's shit. It's fucked.
Well, I bet it's just like the pizza here.
No.
You can get crappy pizza here, and you can get great pizza here. Like, it's going to be the same in Italy. There'll be places where you can go and get great pizza, and then places where you can go and get crap.
They say that I have been Americanized when it comes to my pizza. When I get over there, it's going to be different. I'm not going to like it. There's going to be a lot of basil and a lot of the mozzarella circles on top of it. You know when the cheese doesn't melt?
Yeah.
Why the fuck did people do that?
You like your mozz shredded.
I do, and I don't like it when it's the circle mozz and it's not completely melted. Why would you want that?
I like it, but I'm just kind of like, I don't know.
It's like when people get the pizza with the burnt. They like burnt pizza.
I like crispy edges.
Yeah.
It's horse shit.
I guess you
Kevin.
don't know what you're going to get. My mom was in Europe. I think she was in France, and they got pizza, and it came with an egg sunny side up on it.
I would eat that.
Yeah?
I love an egg on anything.
Yeah, that was, I guess, the thing for this restaurant. They put an egg on.
I love
Like,
it.
you got a hamburger, it'd be an egg on it.
And I'm sure it's great because I'm sure they doctor up the eggs and all that. I'm sure it's amazing, but it ain't my pizza.
Okay. Let me see. We've got an email here from Astra. Said, Happy Wednesday. I remember Kevin talking highly about a show called Billions on, she said HBO, but I believe it's Showtime. I don't have HBO, so I really did not care much about it. Amazon Prime has now picked it up, and man, it is a really, really good show.
Okay.
I have a hard time understanding the legal terminology. Other than that, it is super good. Thanks for the suggestion. Yeah, it is got Paul Giamatti in it, and he's esteemed as one of our greatest actors in America. And so the whole cast is his caliber. And the writing is fantastic in it, and it's a very well done show. And I don't know when it's coming back. I think it's been a year. They had problems because of the pandemic. I think they only got 7 episodes in and had to shorten their season that started last March.
Okay.
So it's been a while that I've seen it.
I tried to get into it, and I just couldn't for some reason. And maybe I wasn't.
It's if you what it is. It's pretty much about the stock market game and things along those lines. And
I would like that, though, I think. I just got to give it a chance.
It says here 5 new episodes of season 5 will air this year.
Okay.
And it's already been renewed for a 6th season at Showtime.
I would imagine as long as they want to keep doing it, they'll keep doing it because, yeah, it's pretty solid. The writing has been very good, and it's a good drama, character-driven. So if you like that kind of stuff, I think you would like it if you like stock market type shows. And Astor also said KVJ is now on almost all the podcast apps. It's so convenient. That's great. Yeah, we always tell you, if there is a podcast app and KVJ's not on it, let us know, and we'll try to get it on there if we can. We cannot do iHeartRadio, though. That's a corporate struggle. So we either are gone or are going away from iHeart. So that's out of our...
Yeah, so if you listen on that and we're still there, find a new platform.
Yeah.
Would we get sued if we start our own platform called iLong?
Called iWhat?
iLong. They have iHeart. We have
I think you'd be okay.
We should be iKidney.
Oh, does it have the same ring?
What about iFart?
I think
that's the one.
I think they would sue us.
Radio.
Yeah, and they have kind of like a heart thing, but ours would be like a puff of air in the logo.
Coming out of an ass.
Yeah.
I love
iFart
it.
Radio.
We get sued for that, though.
That's the one I would want to try. Would our old company sue us if we started iFart Radio?
I think we get sued for that.
I'd like to try it, actually. I might go and try to grab that today to see if we get a lawsuit
We
going here.
can find some goofy lawyer that says he wants to represent us for free.
And the whole goal is to see if we can get a cease and desist from our old company.
I mean, I think we have a few goofy lawyers that listen to our program.
Okay, who can make that happen? We want to open up iFart Radio. That will be our new broadcasting platform for KVJ.
I would love to become a goofy lawyer. You got to go to law school still, though.
You
That
still have to
sucks.
go to law school,
God.
but then you can only take goofy cases.
I mean, I think that would be such
you
a
go.
fun career, the goofy lawyer guy.
Let's do it. We'll start with the trademark and try to open up iFart Radio. Are they just be going, it's just KVJ. We know it's not going to be successful.
We know they're not going anywhere.
We have no fears. We're not going to waste our time. Also, heads up from Mo, said, know that you're always looking for things to watch. Hamilton on Disney+. Kevin, you like because of the history and the music. I had no idea Hamilton had the effect he had on U.S. history. I have seen it, and I agree with you. I felt exactly the same way. So thank you for that. Jason, I think he'd dig the music. It's influenced by rap of our times. We old. Also, Virginia, it's not on Netflix. But you can borrow Bird's Disney Plus password, give it a shot.
I've already stolen Bird's Disney Plus password.
Yeah, I see that every member of your family has a emoji sign-in. Rocco's got one. Magnolia's got one.
We've taken over your Disney Plus. We're like Cousin Eddie.
Yeah, it is very solid. When I watched it, I marveled at how great the music was, the songs, everything they put together. It was very well done. So, yeah, absolutely. If you've not checked out Hamilton, check it out. That is from Monique. She's now in Hanford, California, formerly in Key West.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
so-
a big switch.
Yeah, it is. Hanford is a big switch. I used to go through Hanford a lot. Central San Joaquin Valley of California. So it's out there near Fresno.
Oh, Fresno.
Fresno.
No, thank you.
Cesar said, yesterday was the 2-hour premiere of Superman and Lois on CW. What are your thoughts, Kevin Bird? Did you watch it? Would you be interested in watching it? There's a lot of hype that this Superman, which has been on Supergirl, and the crossover event, Crisis on Infinite Earth, is extremely high. Arrow is gone now. Supergirl will be gone after the upcoming season 6. This could be the next big superhero show for the CW. Yeah, I don't know. I think I got superheroed out.
Me too.
Yeah, I got
I did
burnt
too.
on it. I don't get too excited about that. And I was watching The Flash for a while, and they would do the crossover episodes with Supergirl and Arrow, and so I'm slightly familiar with that. For some reason, my son and I just stopped watching whatever season of The Flash we were on. I don't know why. We just haven't gone back in it. It's been probably a year and a half.
I was really kind of getting into the especially the movies, the superhero movies. And to your point, I got burned on it. To me, and I know the superhero dorks are going to come after me, it's kind of the same fucking movie.
Yeah.
Aliens come down.
Yeah.
They're fucked for about half the movie.
I kind of felt
There's
that way,
a fight
too.
in the city. There's going to be another fight in the city.
There's a lot more of the same, and I just, after a while and going through, I don't know how many damn superhero movies and watching superhero shows, I'm like, I think I want to watch something else. I want to watch shows about the stock market.
But people are going to be like, what the shit are you two talking about? It was different.
Yeah, and Engineer Keith even says, The Flash gets repetitive. And you're right. That's the big knock on all those shows. They are repetitive. But if you love them, then keep at it.
I get it. If you love that kind of shit, you want it to probably be repetitive. I understand.
Maybe. I don't know. And then Wooden Stash Dave saying, that WandaVision on Disney Plus. Yeah, people are now starting to turn on that. When I first heard the reviews, it was like, it's weird. The first couple episodes weren't great, but people are now singing praises.
Wooden Stash Dave don't know shit.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Are you starting to fight with him like I have with Metal Beard Dan?
I'm just kidding.
Do we just fight guys that have weird face hair names?
Yeah.
Wooden Stash Dave and Metal Beard Dan are lippy fuckers.
But if they joined forces,
Oh my
they could
gosh.
take us down.
They could, for evil or for good.
For evil. They're evil.
No,
We're
actually
good.
We're evil. They're actually cool people. They're very cool.
I just like picking fights.
Me too.
Got Jen who sent an email and said, during the Good Mom, Bad Mom segment this morning, Virginia said he dropped Mags off. Who is he? Does Mags have a boyfriend?
No, she does not have a boyfriend.
Okay.
He is her friend. I probably shouldn't say his name on the radio.
Don't.
Just her little friend, and they hang out. And there's kids that have turned 16, and then there's kids that are still 15, like Mags. And so kids like Mags that are still 15 really gravitate to the kids that have already turned 16 and got their driver's licenses. So Mags has
remember that,
a
yeah.
few of them in her circle that can drive, and this little boy is one of them, and he's very nice, very respectful. Mags is single, and I like it that way because I wasn't too fond of her last relationship.
Oh, you weren't?
No.
Okay, why?
She had a little boyfriend for a little while. I didn't care for it.
Yeah? Was there a reason?
I just didn't get a good vibe.
You didn't get a good vibe.
You know, Mama was about a vibe.
Uh-oh.
I'm very much about a vibe.
Now, has she had a boyfriend that you did get a good vibe about?
Yes.
Oh, really? Okay.
I thought that was her first. That wasn't her first.
Well, so she's gonna kill me.
She is.
It's a podcast. Nobody listens to this.
There was a little crush situation, followed by a real guy that she wanted to be boyfriend and girlfriend with, followed by now what we have, which is single. So I really adore the crush situation. The boyfriend in the middle, I don't think is the one for her.
So she had a crush, nothing came of it. Then she actually got a boyfriend, and then they broke up.
Yes.
I'm just trying to follow along the Diaries of Mags.
Yeah, they were just asking here, too, about what about with the dating? Will you be doing any kind of background checks, private investigator, lie detector tests?
No, I go off of vibe.
Oh, vibe. Okay.
And I don't trust a kid that won't talk to me. I don't
Okay.
trust a kid that won't come in the house and look me in the eye and speak to me. I don't trust a kid that has nothing to say. I'm sorry.
He's probably scared as shit of you.
Well, to step it up. Now's time to speak up or get labeled questionable.
Oh man, that would be so tough to date a Magnolia and be the guy to go meet Virginia. Fuck.
Why?
Yeah, you don't got to worry about her daddy.
No, he's a pussycat compared to you.
Panda's not going to say nothing. He's going to watch, he's going to observe, and then he'll tell me later that night what he thinks.
I used to hate meeting a girl's parents, especially as a teenager, because you're nervous and you don't want to say anything stupid. And to your point, You don't want to be too quiet. You want to be outgoing, but you don't want to be too hammy.
Right.
You just got to be yourself.
You got to be sincere because I can smell a fraud.
Man, I was dating this one girl, and her mom would talk to me like I was such a dumb fuck. So, Jason, I hear you like to play baseball? I'm like, yeah, what the fuck is this? It made me feel all weird, man. I hated it. I dreaded going over to that fucking house.
It's always a challenge.
And like 99.9% of her kids, they talk to me. They come in the house. We have funny banter. I let them know they're always welcome. I cook them food. Like, it's a thing.
Well,
But if I can't have banter with somebody, I'm like, what the hell's the matter with them?
Well, I just realized that you got to fake it till you make it. And I would be outgoing, but internally, I'd be like, this fucking sucks. This is awful. Oh my gosh, get me the fuck out of here.
We do have an anonymous email here. Don't want the name getting out there. Just kind of trying to navigate what might be a new relationship. They were introduced to somebody a couple of weeks ago at a bar. We had a blast. She's beautiful, good girl, ton of fun. Definitely a lot of drinks as the night went on, some hand-holding and first base action.
Okay.
She's from out of town, was staying with a friend that night, and asked that I go back home with her. Unfortunately, I was going out of town early the next morning, and I was already out way later than I should have been. I hate myself for not going back to her place. We've continually texted up until now, but the problem is I'm always the one initiating communication. She's made it known that she doesn't text a lot, and I completely understand that. I've even asked if I text too much. She said not at all, and that she'd tell me if I did. But if I don't text her, I'd never hear from her. And however wrong it is, my pride is starting to take a hit.
Well, she's the kind of girl that told you she wants face-to-face. She wanted you to come over. You couldn't make it happen that night, so you need to figure out a way to make it happen.
And it's also possible she's just not that much into you anymore. You had your chance. Sometimes that happens when you're talking with somebody. You're dating, and it fizzles out.
Well, and she gave you a chance to come over, and you turned her down. Now, even though you had a perfectly logical reason, it really doesn't matter in her head. In her head, you turned her down for a night of romance.
I also don't think I think the night they were drinking, I think someone was looking to go to Pound Town, and I think as time's gone on, they're not that into him anymore.
Okay. Well, and, part of it might be distance, possibly.
True.
Said it's a couple hours away.
So he needs to come travel back down and take her out, go have some fun and recreate that night. And this time, if she invites you back, you say yes.
Okay.
And do what?
Take her to Pound Town.
If her kitty cat's hungry, you feed it.
I'm going to feed that kitty.
You pet it first.
Well, of course, you pet it.
You don't just jump right into feeding it.
I think we all agree that there's got to be some...
warming of the cat.
There's got to be some, feline foreplay.
They said here it's been a long time since I've been in a relationship. I'm a little bit rusty at the courting process, so just trying to figure it out.
Don't tell her that. Appear confident.
Yes.
Appear like you got this together, and you know what? I want to take you out again. I want to do something. I'm coming in town. I'm going to wrong or right.
And
I want us to have a good night. And I feel bad because last time you invited me back and I wasn't able to go.
And be careful about how many times you apologize about stupid shit. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to text you so much. Just, you know what?
Stop.
Let it flow.
Yeah,
let
don't
it flow.
apologize.
Let it flow like a UFO.
Also, don't text her a lot.
Yes, back off
because
the texting.
she's telling you she's not a big texter. And so
Yeah.
if you're texting her like once or twice a day, that's too much.
Oh, gosh. Once or twice a day, and she's not responding. Now it's fucked.
Oh, well, all you need to text this girl is, hey, I'm coming into town next weekend. What night do you want to get together?
Boom, Virginia, walking around like she's got a set on her.
Whoa.
Okay.
Don't be texting, oh, how you doing? Are you having a nice day? Emoji face. No!
I'm sorry I texted you again, but I've been thinking about you. No.
You look like a fruitcake. Stop it.
We're going to Pound Town this weekend.
Take
Okay.
her to Pound Town. Just don't tell her that she's going yet. Let her make the call.
Well, it sounds like she wanted to go to Pound. I mean, she at least wanted to explore
She
Okay.
invited
what Pound
him
Town
back.
looks like.
But you messed up because you turned her down.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say you messed up. The witch is getting fucking crazy over
You can
here.
always rearrange your travel plans the next day for a little Pound Town session.
Just because someone wants you to come over and bang them doesn't mean you should. It's okay.
Well, you're filled with regret that you didn't.
He's filled with regret because the heat is dying down, and the heat's dying down, in my opinion, is because he's overanalyzing everything. He's texting her too much. He's apologizing for shit he shouldn't apologize. He's losing his mojo, and she knows it.
Yes.
Is it too forward if he tries to then take a little weekend trip to her town, where she is a couple hours away?
Don't tell her you're coming and just show up at her door.
Okay.
No.
I'm kidding. It's a joke.
Tell her that you are coming, not this weekend, but next weekend.
Now, do you tell her you're coming, or do you say, hey, I would be happy to come to, let's say it's Orlando, and maybe it is.
I think that's the problem. Nobody's coming.
I'd be happy to come to Orlando next weekend if you want to hang out, if you're free.
Yeah, I'm coming to O-Town to do some business, and I'd love to
But then
see
she
her.
has to travel too, or is she living in Orlando?
No, I'm saying, let's say she lives in Orlando, and he'd be like,
Okay.
hey, do you want to hang out? I'd be happy to come to Orlando to hang out with you if you're cool with that.
I got
Yeah.
some business I got to take care of in the afternoon.
Yes, he's got some other reason that he's there. She's not the reason he's there.
So
That's
lo-
going to look
so-
a little bit too desperate.
Start off with a lie. Definitely
Definitely
start the
lie.
whole thing off.
I thought you worked at Walmart.
Well, he's got a
Well,
business
yeah,
trip.
I gotta-
Distribution,
Yeah.
the fucking Orlando manager.
Stock Boy Conference.
Store 93 is in O-Town. I deal with Stock 93, Store 93.
What?
This fucking life's falling apart.
That was pretty smooth. That was a great example for him.
Hope we helped you.
Yeah.
Oh, we're definitely getting him laid.
No way.
Sorry about that.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't sleep well last night.
All right, you guys enjoy your Wednesday. We'll be back here tomorrow with you. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.